Hello everyone, this is Leonite with Leonite's Gaming, and welcome to another mod pack. This one is called Galactic Science, and it is by Kathleen and Chet Wildkid. I hope I pronounced those correctly. Alright, so let's start off here. Earth is the past, destroyed by humanity and their need for power. You managed to flee from this disaster that was called the human race and start life on the moon. Using your father's old moon base, you set up home, hoping to keep the human race alive. With the best of luck, don't mind the tree in your house. Alright, so let's get started into this. So we got a whole new moon. Obviously going for the first one in the list. It's a lot of quests. Fail. Alright, so it looks like we can claim this one whenever we die, get ourselves some more oxygen and whatnot. Alright, welcome home. Ooh, get a star. Welcome to the moon, which will now be your home for the rest of your life. It was probably a bad idea to destroy the Earth. Alright, well, let's claim that. Get ourselves a little bit of food. Wow, that's loud. Alright, just breathe. And we got two of those on us. Oh, they want full ones. Alright, let's go take a look at the house here real quick. What do we got here? Some light glass. Floodlights, very nice. Collector, tree for that, and oxygen compressor. Alright. And we got this. Go back. So they want the star container. When you were a child, your dad used to tell you about how he and his dad built a station on the moon. Something he used to mention was that he used stars to power the base. Alright, so it wants a star container. Should click that out of there. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab the dirt. That's a little more annoying to get. Alright. Put this in here. Alright, so this star here, brown dwarf, 25 million RF at a measly 20 RF per tick. But it'll do for now. So that will power these guys up. Let's get this guy charging quick. Alright, so what else we got? Do that one in a minute. Well, by the look of it, it's not cheese, but there could be some use for this stuff in the future. Maybe. I guess I should grab some just in case. More food. Alright, so 20 moon turf. Now if you notice, it's actually very quiet because you can't hear on the moon. If you go in here, it says, I'll probably need a frequency module if I want to hear properly here. So, you don't hear really anything at all. Alright, we'll do a real quick look here at the mods. So this mod pack is based around Galactic craft, and there's the extra planets included by Force Base. There are a lot of things that are locked behind resources, more so than you would expect. For example, once you get to Mars, you can get this resource called Dash. You can find it underground, or you can sift the different components of the surface for it, because we do have Ex Nihilo installed, so you can sift just about everything. Excuse me. And this dash is actually used to create more advanced things. So to start with, we're going to be extremely limited in what we can do. Basic power gen, nothing too crazy. Can't get into advanced generators until we get that resource. Let's take a look here. So gas turbine controller, really nice. So iron frames, just iron. All of these things are nice and simple to make until you get to here. Dash. And all of these controllers require dash. So that's going to be the big limiting factor. Also for Ex Nihilo, we also have X Asterisk installed, so you get the autosave, thankfully. Alright, so cut down the tree. What's we got in here? Yay, marble! Alright, where was I? Oh, autosave. So the autosave, you can get upgrades on it, speed and fortune. Well, the problem with those comes in that the upgrades require dash as well. So you're stuck with basic power gen, as well as the basic autosave. I probably should have broke all the leaves first to make sure I got saplings, but that's okay. Replant one of these guys. Yeah, so essentially what this mod pack is about is automating everything, because if you don't automate things, then you're just going to have a really rough time, because you have to make a lot of things. This has Minechem installed, and it's pretty much a core feature of this mod pack. So if you've never played Minechem before, there's a lot of steps to make things, but at the same time, it becomes extremely easy to do things once you get started. Alright, let's bone meal this guy up quick. Need some more wood. Oh my lord. Oh, do get some noise from this. Also, if you've never played Galactic before, the moons have extremely long days and extremely long nights. If I remember correctly, the total day-night cycle is 8 times longer than normal, which means days are 4 times longer, nights are 4 times longer. So it's going to be imperative for us to go ahead and get probably a wall of some form set up, so that way we can actually do things outside. Otherwise, we'll end up having to just dig in underground and do stuff. But it'd be ideal if we could be running around outside and everything too. But to start, we need wood. Hoping to get a silkworm here. So another thing is that you can't sleep through the nights, which is kind of unfortunate, but so beds really only reset your spawn point. But that's fine, I guess. Let's see here. There's a quest that was going to give us... Yeah, get a wooden axe. So that'll give us a stone axe, which is nice. So there's Tree Capitator installed, which is rather nice. I'll go with the other one. But that only works if there are leaves left. And since I took the last leaf out, well, we'll just have to do this manually. But that's okay. So the first thing that I'm going to be going for, I'm really trying to get a silkworm, so that way I can go ahead and get strings, so that way we can make a sieve, which will actually let us do stuff at night. Because I toyed around with this a little bit in a different world, and it is extremely grindy. Still no silkworm. Come on. Yeah, so we'll be sieving for quite a while, which is why I really want to get that, because, like I said, night times are really long. Great time to just sit there and sieve things. Alright, well, this might take a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video here, and I will be back once I get a silkworm. Hopefully it won't take too long. Alright, so it's about 2 trees later that I actually got one, so... Alright, we'll bone meal this guy up. Oh, got 2 of them. Nice. Alright, and then we will infest that with a silkworm, and we'll just let that guy go. So we'll put this guy in here. Unload this. Alright, so the cans of food, basically what those do is they're worth twice what normal food is. So it's, in this case, it would be 2 carrots, which, if you look at NEI, it's a tin canister and 2 pieces of food. Now the nice part is that once you eat this, you get the tin canister back, which 7 tin for 2. It'll come in quite handy. Huh, spawn Enderman. Well, that'll come in useful later. Alright, so what else do we have here? Barrel, see, alright, so we're working on this one right now by getting string. According to your father's book, shoving various bits of moon through the net gets you basic resources. You should make some sort of net, test this theory. When you cooked a lot, you got a silkworm. Infect some leaves with it. Wait, then cook the 100% leaves for string. So, one of my friends was playing this, and he was thinking about infesting this tree down here. That'd be a very, very bad idea. Alright, let's take the star out, shift right click to pull it back out. And if you're carrying a star in your inventory, you get slowness and mining fatigue. So it's probably want to put a chest down there. But we'll put that in there for now. This up, we got this one to claim. Alright, seeds and can of food, and one of these. I'm not really concerned about the melon seed just because sieving moon dirt will get us that. So I'm going to go with the wooden pickaxe. Make an oak barrel. Let's do that quick. So there's no rain to collect with this, so really the only purpose of the barrel would be to compost things and get dirt. So let's go ahead and grab the dirt. That'll save us some time. Got 10 more cans of food. Alright, silkworm, string. I'm going to go with the string just because I've looked at some of the recipes and we're going to need an insane amount of string. So go ahead and claim that. So the next thing is making the sieve. So that's going to take a little while. Put all this stuff back. So I should put this down. I got enough dirt right now, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But we have the pickaxe, so that'll help out. Just pop over here and start digging. So there isn't really too much to see on the moon. I mean, it's a pretty cool terrain generation. The only thing that you'll notice is you'll occasionally see like little meteorites on the ground, and those just randomly fall. They'll destroy weak blocks. I did do a test in a different world where they will go through cobblestone. They don't do much damage to cobblestone, but they will go through it. This base that we have here that we inherited from our father is strong enough to where it isn't affected by meteorites, so they'll just like land on top. But you'll occasionally hear them. They'll like come crashing down, and they leave a pretty good sized crater when they hit the moon turf and moon dirt. So I think what I'll do is probably just gathering this stuff. I'll use it to create a little wall around the place. Oh man, that is so slow. Let's make ourselves a few more. Yeah, so this is one of the meteorites. When they first come crashing down, they're glowing bright red. Don't touch them at that time, you'll start burning. Then they'll go to a cooled state, which they're a more orangish yellow, and then in that state they're completely cooled, so they don't have any effect on you. The only way to break them is with a diamond pickaxe or better, which obviously we don't have right now. But that will come soon enough. I wonder. That might be better. It's about the same speed. More resource friendly though. So you can get the moon turf and moon dirt without any problems with wooden tools. But once you try to mine up moon rock, that can only be collected with a stone tool or better. So once we get into cobblestone, which you get, there's a guaranteed one small stone from each moon dirt that you sift, and 4 of those will turn into 1 piece of cobble. So once we get into that, that'll be a little bit easier. How's our tree doing? About half done now? I think the pickaxe is actually faster on this than the shovel. Alright, so I'm just going to gather up a bunch of this stuff and try to get a basic wall set up. So I will be back in just a little while once I've got that done. Alright, so I'm back. Not pretty at all, but we will change this out before too long. I just want to get something up, and it's not quite noon yet, so that's good. Our tree has fully infested, which is very nice. Go ahead and break this, get a bunch of string, some more silkworms, and we'll probably end up having to do it again. But that's fine. We're gonna have to get sieving and get do the turf so that way we can get glowstone. Normal torches will not function on the moon, you know, the whole lack of oxygen and all. So instead we have to use glowstone torches, which is something added in by Galactic. And I definitely want to get a magnet before too long, because chasing down everything once it breaks is kind of annoying. Alright, got 6 of those. And we don't need to be stingy with them. Should probably set up a couple more trees, actually. Let's put one right here. Alright. Now if you look in the top left corner, you'll notice that there's those 2 bars there. That would be the oxygen level. The one to the left of that is your temperature, and doesn't really play much of an importance on the moon because it's fairly temperate. But once you get to Mars and beyond, you have to start paying attention to the temperature levels, because you will take damage if you don't pay attention to it. So, alright, let's go with the middle one again. Get gravel. Alright, so that opens up a bunch of quests here. So it's getting hot in here. Let's look at that. Your father was looking into how to heat a crucible in space. No matter how hard he tried, he could not find a way to manage it. Then he was compressing his ores and minerals and noticed that a block of coal is hot to the touch. He never got around to testing it though. Alright, so since we can't use torches, block of coal is the way to go for getting our first bit of lava. Oak leaves. There's a page in your father's book which had a note hanging out of it. You open it to this page and there's notes on some way to breathe better. Alright. And then these guys here are sifting for a couple, 10-15 minutes, getting everything. But these are all the different resources that you can get from things. Ooh, sucrose. And yeah, so you can get melon seeds from sifting turf. So, and not cobblestone per se, but it's the small stones that turn into that. Then we also have 10 charcoal, 10 coal. Coal generator or Stirling generator. So the coal generator is really nice. The Stirling generator is amazing in that it'll burn just about anything. If you're not familiar with Ender.io, it's kind of the basic energy source. Generates 20 RF a tick. It can be upgraded later on down the line once we get Dash, but that's just it. It generates 20 RF a tick. The autosieve takes 40, so 2 Stirling generators per autosieve. But like I said, you can burn anything in here, really anything that has a burn value on it. The coal generator will generate 75 to 80 RF per tick. However, it can only burn coal, hence the name coal generator. So you're kind of limited in what you can do. And coal can only be gotten right now from moon rock. You can also get it from gravel, but we're not at a point where you can actually get gravel because we can't smash cobblestone with a hammer to get gravel. That has been disabled. So, I think, well, we'll go ahead and open this greater one. And Paul. Alright, we'll save that for later. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the sieve, and then I'm going to just gather a bunch of turf, dirt, and then we'll start sifting it together, so that way you can see the different things that we get. So I will be back in a moment. Alright, so I'm back. I just went ahead and gathered up a couple stacks of the turf. I'm going to sift this just because I really want to get the glowstone and get those torches set up, so that way we can kind of solidify our hold outside the front door. We'll still have to deal with spiders, but that's not a huge issue. We can deal with that. So, if you've never done anything with Ex Nihilo before, basically it's you get whatever can be sieved. So in this case, this one, you can sieve dirt, gravel. This is going to be our primary resource gathering item later on. Sand, which is basically you just get a more refined version of what you get with gravel. As well as cocoa beans, which we'll want some of them too. Soul sand, that's the only way to get nether quartz because you can't go to the nether at all. Dust, actually dust has been disabled in this pack, so all of this is moot. But you get the primary things here from sifting the turf, which we're doing now. You can also sift crushed netherrack. I'm not exactly sure how to get crushed netherrack. I think it's you just hammer netherrack or send it through the auto hammerer. Not sure. Same with the crushed endstone, but tin, lead, and silver. So I've heard that these two are actually like completely broken, so we don't want to do that one at all. Moon dirt, you get blaze rods from that. It's the only source of getting blaze rods as far as I'm aware. But then you can get all the different resources, grass seeds as well. Moon rock, this is how we have to start out, getting enough clay so that way we can make a crucible. Aluminum, copper, and iron, low chance of those. Really painful to move beyond this. The fallen meteors help out a lot because those can be put into a crafting grid and turned into 12 broken iron ore, which ends up being approximately 3 ingots, so that's very nice. And ice, which is our only source of water right now. Moon turf, these guys here. Mars stone, you get dash. Mars surface rock, dash. Mars subsurface rock, dash. And then I haven't actually got into these mercury, thorium, uranium, and iridium. So we'll have to get into that pretty heavy later. Still mercury, asteroids, tin, lithium, enderpearl, and boron. This stuff is from Nuclear Craft. Now I haven't actually played with Nuclear Craft before, so that'll be a fun learning experience. Then we got Venus, lithium, silver, and lead. Pluto, plutonium, boron, and silver. Then I think that's pronounced Io. Well, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that moon. Uranium and thorium, and those are all the different things that you can sift. So I'm going to sift up a bunch of this, get some glowstone, and light up the little area outside. It's not very late right now, it's right around noon, but the sooner we get this done, then the better. 2 trees have completely covered. So yeah, these 4 will all connect to each other and share the infestation, so that'll be a bunch of string. So the reason why I wanted so much string is because wool is used in a lot of things. Not just for making things look good, but also for making thermal cloth. Needs a lot of it. This is required for when we go to Mars, deals with the heat and cold. So this is basically like an iron ingot for crafting your armor. So you end up needing 24 of these. So 24 times 4, was it 92 pieces of wool for a set of this? It takes a long time, so I want to start early. This is the other main reason why I want it, is the aluminum wire. This is going to be our only method of power transport to start with, so we're going to need a lot of that. Then there is also this stuff, the heavy aluminum wire, the upgraded version of that. That's 1 wool per. So basically, it's 1 wool per for aluminum wire and 1 wool per for the heavy aluminum too. So yeah, you end up needing a lot of that. And as you can see, Blood Magic is installed. However, we won't be able to get started into that anytime soon. I was curious. You get nitrogen from this and titanium dioxide. Okay. Huh. Alright. So yeah, let's look at the... Let's take a look at this guy. First of all, requires dash. So as you can see, this is drastically changed from normal. So that's going to take a while. But then this here, Dalacanium. So I was reading a little about this. This is basically after the end of this mod pack. After all the quest lines are done, you find this after that, when you start exploring around. Then, blank slates, you need these Contron crystals from TARDIS mod. That's after the end of this pack as well. So Blood Magic is basically completely end game. So we won't be able to touch that at all. So, like I said, I'm going to sift up some glowstone though, so that way we can get some light sources. So I'll be back in a little while. Alright, so I've got the place covered in torches. It looks terrible right now, but these torches don't give off near as much light as normal torches do, so we kind of have to do a little bit of overkill. Before too overly long, we'll get into floodlights and things like that, maybe even get a magnum torch. Basically that way we don't have to deal with this huge field of torches. So I took down all those trees we had out there, got close to 2 stacks of string, 16 more silkworms, and 33 wood, 9 saplings, and this is what was left over from sifting all but 1 stack of that. And I also grabbed a bunch of the moon dirt, so we can sift some of that. And this is essentially how you start out. Basically you get enough small stone in order to make a bucket of lava, which would be 16 pieces of these stones. Those can be crafted into cobblestone, like I said before, just like that. But this is an extremely slow way of getting cobblestone, obviously. So we're going to want to set up a infinite cobble gen as soon as we can. So we'll have to go and get some moon rock as well, so we can get ice, so we can get water. But excuse me. Oh, I suppose I should probably eat. But that's gonna just about do it for our episode. So between episodes, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sift up a bunch of this dirt and turf. I might tidy up out here a little bit, make it nice and flat, so that way we can actually work. Finish the wall up. And that's probably about it. I might break into one of the walls downstairs so I can start getting moon rock, because it's getting down there. But I'm guessing it'll probably be nighttime when I start recording the next episode. But until then, this is Leonite signing off. Have a great day.